Hey finance fam, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to talk about stocks that chicks love. They love to buy the stock. They love to shop at the company. So this is going to be a fun one for me. And you can get a little insight if you are not a chick. You can get a little insight into the things that we spend our money on and the companies that we find to be very interesting as long-term investments. So the first is going to be, wonder if you can guess it. Lululemon. I talk about Lululemon all the time, so I'm sure some of you guessed this. But so the first stock that chicks love is definitely Lululemon. Lululemon is a company that sells athleisure wear. They sell comfortable and durable and very functional athleisure wear that can be used not only for working out, but some of this stuff even translates out to a night out. They have women's wear, they have men's wear. Actually, the men's business has been a significant bright spot for Lululemon. I remember hearing about Lululemon first when I was in Canada. So Lululemon is a Canadian company, and a friend of mine up there was like, "Hey, have you ever heard of Lululemon?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." And he said, "You've got to go." And it was a dude too. That's so funny about the whole thing. And he's like, "You got to go. You got to try on a pair of yoga pants. They're like miracle yoga pants that make everybody look great." And so I did, of course. And I ended up, of course, getting hooked to Lululemon. And what shocked me was that like none of my friends knew about Lululemon yet. Lululemon hadn't made it to America. And so when I saw that Lululemon was having a yoga pants, a see-through yoga pants debacle, I jumped on the opportunity and I said, I'm buying some shares. I have been fortunate to be involved in this as an investment, and I'm actually still interested in buying more of it. I'm going to get into that. But they have women's clothes, which has been the core business. They've moved into men's, and the men are starting to get hooked too. I can speak for a few men that I know that love Lululemon. And they also acquired Mirror. Mirror is basically a mirror that has, you can work out with the mirror, and behind there's going to be a video of a trainer that's going to be training you on Pilates or yoga or whatever it is that you're wanting to work out with. So this acquisition, not so thrilled about it, but maybe they'll do something cool with it. We'll have to see. Maybe it'll be a vehicle for trying on Lululemon clothes with technology like or augmented reality of some kind. So we'll have to see what they do with Mirror. Overall, I'm still very excited about the business. Lululemon has actually outlined a 5-year growth plan to double revenue by 2026. I find this to be exciting that management, even in today's environment, still sees growth potential with not only the men's business, which is going to be a big driver, but also international business. There's still a lot of room internationally for brand recognition and for growth. They've already done some international expansion, but they still could do a lot more. And also, they're moving into footwear. So watch out, Nike. No, I'm just kidding. There are so many different footwear companies, and I don't know how Lululemon is going to do in the footwear business. We'll have to see. Maybe if they stick to what they're good at, which is, really focusing on comfort and functionality and quality, we'll have to see what comes out of that. But I'm excited about the business. Even at today's valuation, I think that it'd be nice to get this cheaper, but we have to remember that Lululemon not only has been growing revenues at very healthy rates for a retailer, but they have still a lot of growth levers to pull with their business going forward. There are a few different ways you can, look at valuation, but you can see historically how, whether you're looking at, forward PE ratio or forward EV to revenue ratio, we've got this gap between Nike and Lululemon, represented in the purple is Lululemon, that's kind of existed. There's been times where they've traded at similar valuation multiples, but pretty much Lulu has really traded at a nice premium compared to Nike, and we are starting to see that kind of come in a little bit more. And so there could be an opportunity here if Lululemon comes in even more in terms of valuation. This can end up being a pretty good opportunity with a company that has growth prospects ahead of it. Okay, the second company is Target. So, Target is a place that sucks you in. You can get a coffee at a Starbucks. You can browse the aisles full of the most amazing merchandise. Uh, their merchandising team is exceptional. They know how to put the right things in their stores in the right places. You say you're going to Target for some, cereal and milk. Well, you leave Target with cereal, a new bathing suit, a new throw pillow, some new jewelry, and you completely forgot the milk. That's basically Target in a nutshell. Women love it. They love spending time at Target. They like it much better than Walmart. And Target has basically, shown that they can continue to grow revenues. And so they've really done a good job through COVID getting their business more omni-channel capable, and they grow revenues at a higher rate than Walmart. Of course, Walmart is more focused on groceries, more focused on essentials. Target is kind of a place where you go when maybe, yeah, you're going to go for your essentials, but you're probably going to come out with a few extra things along the way. So that's why Target typically does well, and management has done well at keeping the stores very relevant and the merchandise very attractive. Target is one that I still like. I've owned this for a bit now, and I still like Target. I think that Target is going to be a staple between Target and Walmart. I think they're both great companies to own. I own both of them for different reasons. And I think that Target has just absolutely nailed merchandising. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. It's like, if you're going to furnish a house, you don't even need to go to Bed Bath and Beyond anymore. Bed Bath and Beyond's irrelevant. You go to Target, right? If you need to get a gift for a baby shower, Target's got it. They've got makeup. They've partnered with Ulta, which is another fan favorite of women. And that's a beauty store, by the way. So, Target has made a lot of the right moves, and they know their demographic well. And so that's, I think, why they've been able to do well over the years. So chicks love it. Chicks buy the stock. Okay, the next company, of course, it's Ulta. I was just talking about Ulta. You probably knew this was coming. Ulta is a beauty store. Basically, anything beauty that you can think of: makeup, skincare, hair care, nail care, whatever it is. Ulta is the place to go to get it done, okay? To get what you need. Ulta is amazing. You can spend hours in Ulta, and this is another one where you leave with more than you bought than you walked in to purchase. Unfortunately, they just know how to get us. Ulta is one that I've actually purchased when they had the big 2020 sell-off that we saw. Shares basically sold off. They halted their plans to expand into Canada. And unfortunately, the market didn't like what was going on. The market didn't like that people were not going to be wearing as much makeup because of them staying at home more. And so the shares sold off. I ended up buying shares, of course. And, Ulta's been a great performer since then. And I still really, really love this company. And I still hold a core position in this company. So as far as, things that you could look forward to with Ulta, like I've mentioned, they still have expansion into Canada that I think is going to be nice. I really think that this company, as far as valuation goes, it might be a bit pricier now. But I think that they do still have growth levers to pull. I think that travel is going to be a big driver for them as people travel this summer and get back out in the world. They're going to want more makeup. They're going to want refreshed looks. And so I think that they're going to probably see some momentum from summer travel coming back and people kind of living their lives normally again. Isn't that something? So as far as, the valuation goes, let's pop in some revenue growth. I love in YCharts how you can do this. It's just amazing how quickly you can get a really good visual of a company. So revenue growth, it's been increasing since the pandemic. You can see as people have come back online and people have, gotten back out in the world. We've seen Ulta Beauty have, a nice tailwind of revenue growth from that. And I think that if we look back on a 5-year basis, we're still at an elevated revenue growth level. So I think that Ulta is doing pretty darn well. And I think that they could see another push in increasing revenue growth because of travel. So I think that there's still room for this company to go. I was lucky and I got this at a good valuation. I would love to pick up more of it if the market pulls back again. But this is definitely a stock that chicks love. The next stock that chicks love is going to be Abercrombie and Fitch. And you might be thinking, oh my gosh, Nikki, are you serious? Abercrombie and Fitch sucks. They are, socially a terrible company. They've done really shady things and they've made women feel really bad about their bodies and yada, yada, yada. And the old CEO said this and that. And you're right. Abercrombie was a terrible company for a while. Their brand absolutely was destroyed. There's actually a documentary on, I think it's on Netflix, that actually goes through how Abercrombie had its rise and its epic fall and how they were, basically discriminating and only hiring pretty people to work in their stores. And they just got a terrible reputation from it. But see, this is what has happened. This lovely lady, Fran Horowitz, became the CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch years ago. 2017 is when she started. That's when the turnaround started. This is when I started buying the stock because I went into the stores and I realized how different things were starting to look, how different the clothing was starting to look. And Abercrombie has been slaying this turnaround thanks to Fran Horowitz. And the ladies are loving the gear. Even the men are liking the gear, but the ladies are loving the merchandise that is coming out of Abercrombie and Fitch. She's done a fantastic job. Fran Horowitz, you deserve a medal for what you did for Abercrombie and Fitch. Just going to say it. She doesn't get enough credit. So Abercrombie and Fitch also owns Hollister. And Hollister is a brand that's geared more towards, I don't know, young Gen Z teens, think about 18 to 24-year-olds. Abercrombie, a little bit more of an elevated age. People that are, mid 20s to, I don't know, mid 30s. I think even older, you'd be attracted to a lot of their clothes. But I also think that younger teens are starting to really be gravitating towards the brand as well. So they're just really starting to do a really good job at attracting multiple different generations and many different types of ages look good in their clothes. So what they've done is they have just revamped their merchandise. You don't see that big Abercrombie logo anymore. Everything is really summery, sweet, cool. I mean, these are things you can wear to an event. These are things you could wear maybe to work, to a night out. And so the clothing has changed a lot since the good old days where it was the big Abercrombie polo and you layered the polos. Oh God, remember those days? That was something, huh? So yeah, Abercrombie's become more inclusive and they are appealing to a lot of people. And I freaking dig this store. My whole closet is Lululemon and Abercrombie and Fitch. My whole makeup counter is Ulta. And my house is Target, right? Like housewares. So I use all of these brands. Abercrombie actually released a brand new activewear line called Your Personal Best. I have personally purchased some of these pieces, and I have to say, I'm pretty impressed. So, look, this is really what's killing Abercrombie right now. I went to their latest full year investor presentation. It was Q4 and full year 2021. And what you'll notice is that really in the United States, they are growing at a healthy rate. especially when you look at what this company has come off of. I mean, they still have a lot of growth ahead of them in terms of getting people to recognize the brand in a different way and realize the merchandising changes that they've made and just using the brand again, right? So you can see that the United States makes up, 72% of their net sales. And then the other significant part of their sales is going to be Europe. They've obviously been down. They're down year over year in terms of as of Q4 of 2021. And I think that it's probably not getting any better with what's going on in Europe. And that is a significant portion of their revenue. So once they can reaccelerate and maybe Europe starts to see their economy improve and we start to see summer travel, we start to see international travel, hopefully this will improve. And the other thing is, Asia Pacific. That is not as much of a portion of their net sales, but it is that portion of their net sales is down significantly due to lockdowns and just them not being back at full swing. This is hopefully going to improve, and when this swings into the right direction, hopefully we'll see the valuation kind of come back to matching and giving them the credit that other retailers are getting for their businesses. Abercrombie's been able to come off of a very, very high promotional environment. They were promoting basically everything all the time. And now we're not seeing as much of that as the business has actually, improved, especially in the United States. This is just such a great improvement in the United States over some things that we've seen historically with this company before Fran came on. And even throughout the turnaround when Fran was on, it was kind of a rough go for investors. But now we're starting to see, I think, the fruits of that labor start to turn. And I think that there are definitely going to be some tailwinds for Abercrombie and Fitch going forward. And I think they're making a lot of the right moves. All right, so these were 4 stocks that chicks love to buy, and they love to buy things from those companies as well. So hopefully the gains from the investments outweigh the spending on the products, but probably not. Anywho, this was really just for fun. This is not, investment advice in any way. This is just talking through some of the things that I've invested in and why these are some of my favorite companies to own in my portfolio and to utilize in real life. If you found this helpful, please like it. Please subscribe to my channel, smash the like button for the algorithm, and I'll see y'all in the next one.